Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace and blessings of the Almighty be upon all of you today and always. My name is Naaheed Siddique. मेरा नाम नाहिद सिद्दीक है. I am a registered dietitian and a certified diabetes educator. I have been in Toronto for the past 16 years and I have worked in different hospitals and community health centers. Alhamdulillah. At present, I have been working at East End Community Health Center in downtown as a registered dietitian and a diabetes educator. I have done different workshops, community programs, etc. for different age groups and people with different issues and conditions. Inshallah, the blessed month of Ramadan is fast approaching, and we will all together find out how we can have a healthy Ramadan and get all the blessings we can from this month, inshallah. So I am very thankful to All Solutions team for giving me this opportunity to be able to do this workshop and give you the information that will hopefully help all of you. Jazakallah khair. So today we will be talking on a healthy Ramadan. Ramadan is, as you can see, it is the 9th month of the Islamic lunar calendar. What is the meaning of the word Ramadan? Basically, Ramadan means parched thirst or sun-baked ground. So when you say parched thirst, one of the reasons we could think of Ramadan as parched thirst is because that's one time during the whole year, one month in the whole year, when we Muslims from all over the world fast for an entire month, and during the period of fasting we don't eat or drink anything, and including water. So that is why you can imagine how a person who is not drinking or eating anything for a long period of time will feel. And Ramadan, basically the meaning itself is saying it's parched thirst. Before we know what is the reason for a person, a Muslim, the reason that he is actually fasting in Ramadan, let's find out what is the meaning of health, because we are talking about a healthy Ramadan. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, health is a state of complete physical, mental, social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So what does this mean? Basically what this means is that when a person says, oh, I'm healthy, but you might see a film star, or you might see a model, and they might look really nice, they might be wearing nice clothes and might be looking really nice, but they might just physically be looking nice, but mentally and emotionally they may not be healthy, because they might have some kind of issues. So when a person says I'm healthy, that means that they have to be completely healthy in the sense that they are not only physically healthy, they are mentally, they have peace of mind, and they are socially able to interact with everyone, and they don't have any disease or infirmity. So let's talk about the different aspects of health and how this is related to Ramadan. Similarities between health and healthy Ramadan. So the first similarity between health and healthy Ramadan, so we will be talking about that. Mental and emotional well-being. Through fasting, a Muslim experiences hunger and thirst. So everyone knows that during the month of Ramadan, especially in Canada, we have a very long fast, because when a person is fasting, then from morning before Fajr and till evening after Maghrib, it's sometimes 15 to 16 hours, which is a really long fast. So when you have such a long fast, you actually can feel the hunger pangs and feel thirst, and this makes a person who is fasting understand how a person who is not able to eat or drink, a poor person, a needy person, how they must be feeling. So so mentally and emotionally they feel more, there is more kindness, more empathy in them, and this is the time when Muslims do a lot of charity. So that way what happens is, Muslims during this month not only are they helping other people, giving them food and doing more charity, even amongst each other they are trying to make sure that they are at good terms with everyone. So that's mental and emotional well-being. And then when we talk about social well-being, especially during Ramadan, as you see, Muslims eat and pray together. Other times of the year also, of course, during every Friday Muslims come together and pray, but especially during Ramadan, every single day for an entire month, all Muslims are coming together and they are praying together for Isha and then for Taraweeh. So this brings about a kind of social well-being amongst each other. People are interacting and meeting each other every day. So sometimes people who actually feel alone or depressed or who are living alone, during Ramadan they actually feel better because they are meeting everyone every day. They are doing iftar together. They are praying together. So it's like a social well-being. So Ramadan is a time when socially also a person feels really good about everything around him. And during Ramadan, people are giving food to each other, iftaris are happening. So there is a feeling of socially a feeling of peace and happiness all around. So next, let's talk about the physical well-being. So Ramadan is a time when Muslims they do not eat and drink for a long time, but that does not mean that they are in any way harming themselves, because if when they are fasting, they are actually having their breakfast and they are having their dinner. The only thing they are missing is lunch, and for a long period of time they don't eat anything. But even though they don't eat, it's not as if they are falling sick. And Alhamdulillah, as Muslims, we are Islam is a religion which in this religion we have a lot of benefits. And if a person is not feeling well, if he's sick, if a woman is pregnant or lactating, or if a person is traveling, they don't really have to fast. So people who are healthy and who are able to fast are the ones who must fast, but people who have any kind of issues, they don't have to fast. So there is a lot of leeway for this reason. So the benefits of Ramadan. So as you can see, in Ramadan, a person is trying, like Muslims try their level best to avoid any kind of conflict and to avoid doing or saying things that might hurt anyone else. So every single part of your body, from your eyes to your tongue to your ears to your hands, everything is being a person is watching, like he's watching what he's saying. They try not to fight with each other. There's just an atmosphere of peace and well-being around. And so if a Muslim really fast during this month in a way that he is understanding that he is not only physically benefiting himself, but he's trying to make he's trying to have a social, emotional and mental aspects, all of these aspects together, he's trying to achieve them, then he will inshallah benefit from it. So I'd like to just give you a little story about something that happened to me when I was young. When I was a little child, it was one of the first times that I was fasting. I was pretty small, and I have my twin brother also who was also fasting. But we were playing and something happened and we had a fight. So so I got very upset and I went to my father and I started screaming and saying that my brother is not good and he's fighting with me and all of that. So and I was very upset. So my father looked at me and he smiled and he said, you know what, beta, I think it's best you go and drink some water. So I said, but daddy, why are you telling me to do that? I'm fasting. So he said, but beta, when you cannot be fasting and at the same time fighting and abusing someone, because when you're fasting, it's not fasting of the stomach only, it's the fasting of your mind, it's everything. So the display of anger that you showed now, that itself has nullified your fast. So it's better that you go and relax yourself and drink something. So that's when I realized the importance of what fast really means, that this month is a month of training for us in all aspects. It's spiritual training, mental training and physical training. So that's what we will hopefully try to achieve during the month of during this holy month.